Hari Om. A small analysis on the Nirguna Manasa Pooja. And what is this Nirguna Manasa Pooja? So, before going for the analysis, let us know first the other concepts of for what we must do this Nirguna Manas Puja, and what is the difference between ordinary puja or normal puja which we do every day and this Nirguna Manas Puja. So we all know that there are 5 lingas. Vayu Lingam, Agni Lingam, Akasa Lingam, Prithvi Lingam, Jala Lingam, like that. So that means all the 5 elements of nature. The lingas also are made up of the 5 elements, and they are known as the Panchalingas. These 5 elements and our bodies are made up of these 5 elements. So the gross body is the earth. Then the water body, with 79% of the blood is filled with water only. So that is the Jala Lingam. So water. Next, air, Vayu. Without air, we cannot live. Next one, fire. So as it is said in Bhagavad Gita. So whatever we eat, the God is there in the Jataragna as fire and making it digest for energy. Last one is the Akasalinga. Akasalinga is the heart. So heart is the place. So Hrudaya Akasam we say. So Hrudayam is the Akasam. So here our gross bodies are made up of all the 5 elements, and all the 5 elements are in the form of the lingas outside our bodies, and all these 5 elements are in our bodies. But what is the 6th element? 6th linga. Leaving aside all these 5, the 6th linga is the Atma Lingam. So Atma. And what is this Atma? Again, it is the Chaitanya of the Paramatma. Atma is not separate from the Paramatma. Atma and Paramatma are one and the same. The huge sun which is seen in a small pot of water, the same sun is seen in the rivers, the streams, the seas, the oceans, the lakes, and on each and every particle of the earth. So there is no difference between an Atma and the Paramatma. And now when we do the external puja, we need all the material things. For the Shodasopachara. For the Shodasopachara puja or worship of the Lord, we need all the material things. So we need the water, we need diya, we need the dhoop sticks, we need karpur for harati, we need naivedyam. So whatever we offer to God. Then we need gandham, akshita, pasupu, that saffron, all these we need. And unless and until we go according to the rituals as per the worship, we feel that the puja is incomplete. And another problem is that that means problem, or let us say that we forget something. In fact, whatever we do, we sometimes we forget putting that gandham or panchamritam or whatever, because every day all these are needed, but every day we don't use all these, we don't put all these to the Lord when we worship in the house. We just say it, and we just put akshitas or something like that. But here, coming to the Manasa Puja, so Manasa Puja is of the Nirguna Bhakti, and Idol Puja is of the Saguna Bhakti. So in Saguna Bhakti, we see the Lord in the idol or image and or photo, and we worship it with all the 16 kinds of rituals that are said in the puja. The same rituals we do for this Atma Lingam. So Nirguna Manasa Pooja is for the Atma Lingam. And Saguna Puja or the outside puja which we do is for the image or for the idol which we put in our house, which we imagine that the Lord is like this and we perform the puja for him. And for that there is a specific time to perform this puja daily. So we need to have bath, we need to be pious, we need to sit in a pious place. We need to put all the materials needed for that puja. We need to put flowers, and we have to remove all the flowers that we put the previous day, that is Nirmalinyam. But for this Nirguna Manas Puja, all these with the bhava, the concepts. So we feel that we are performing the puja for the Atma Lingam. That means all the Shodasopacharas to the Atma Lingam in bhava. Thinking that we are inseparable from that Atma. We are inseparable from the Paramatma. So when we say Atma Lingam, it means that Atma Lingam is inseparable from the Paramatma. So when Atma is inseparable from the Paramatma, we are also of the Atma only, and we are also inseparable. So it is the highest thought that we have in this Nirguna Manas Puja. We don't treat the God as a separate entity. We feel that He is in us, and He is receiving everything whatever we do for Him. So it is the highest worship of the Lord of Lords, and there is no specific time. Anytime we can do this Nirguna Manas Puja, because Nirguna itself, God is formless and He is Guna Rahita, so He is not with the qualities. So we just imagine. So we don't attribute any qualities to Him. We don't attribute to Him any of the gunas or any adjectives to Him. That's why it's called Nirguna, without guna. So for that Nirguna Lord, Nirguna Lingam, which is the Atma Lingam, because we cannot see Atma, nor can we see Paramatma. It's only a realization. Or actualization. So here for this we need not see. We only have to just close our eyes and feel that we are performing all these Shodasopacharas to the Atma Lingam that is in us, which is inseparable from us, which is inseparable from the Paramatma. So for this, whenever we find time, we can do it. Whenever we find time, even though if we sleep and we don't get sleep, then we can just sit and do this Manas Puja. And whenever we feel that we have a little bit of energy to do, so we don't have energy to sit, but we just lie down. Even by lying also we can do this Nirguna Manas Puja. But for the daily rituals we have to sit. We have to sit and do the puja with all the rituals outside material things. But for this we need not have material concepts. The more the bhava, the more the inclination towards this Nirguna Bhakti of the Lord. So he accepts both. We may do the Saguna Bhakti or Nirguna Bhakti. He accepts both. But for Nirguna Bhakti, it is more pious than this Saguna Bhakti. In Saguna Bhakti, when we forget something, we need to get up and take it. Or we hear so many other voices outside and we feel a sort of disturbance. And sometimes we cannot even concentrate, we simply do mechanically. But in this Nirguna Manas Puja, when we find silence, in that silence we can do this in our mind, because it's a mind puja. In the mind we are doing all this. We are performing the puja to the Atma Lingam, the sixth linga. So for the 5 lingas are outside, and the 5 elements of the nature which are outside are the 5 lingas, and that means each linga is made up of one element they represent, and these 5 elements are in our bodies, and because body is made up of all these 5 elements, and the 6th element, that is the Atma, which is not seen, that is the Atma Lingam. And for this Atma Lingam we perform this Nirguna Manas Puja. So this is very pious, and it need not have any specifications, because there is no point of forgetting a material. There is no point of forgetting a dhoop stick. The point of forgetting something never arises, because everything we do in the mind for the Atma that is in us only. So it is a most enchanting and mesmerizing puja, in fact. So just like Shiva Manas Puja, this Nirguna Manas Puja is like that only. Like for Shiva Manas Puja, as there is no time or place to do that, Manasa Puja itself, the word itself suggests that we do in mind. And in the mind, for that Atma that is in us, that dwells in us. So this is really a very fantastic idea behind the Nirguna Manas Puja. And once we taste this Nirguna Manas Puja, we feel it so apt and correct compared to the outside puja, which we do with materials. So Hari Om. There is more explanation also, but that means for each Shodasopachara that we do for this Atma Lingam through this Nirguna Manasa Pooja, there is still more explanation for every Upacharam that we do to the Lord. But here this is in precisely the Nirguna Manas Puja, which is very apt for all of us to do without mechanical way. If once we get used to do this, our mind automatically goes on doing it.